Do your thing, Jay.
Oh, he didn't point at me. It's Tuesday night. Welcome back to The Craft, brought to you by the LQ Brewing Company, 6 University Avenue in Selinsgrove. Got a great show tonight. Guests Nicholas and Hannah from Gilson Snowboards, and our musical guest, Fred Yoder. This is a Pokemon Go free zone. Let's do it.
Welcome to the Q Brew Network, and thank you for joining us once again for this week's edition of The Craft, your number one source for everything craft, from brewing to the local craft beer scene, as well as the area's finest entertainment and artists that the Susquehanna Valley has to offer. So grab yourself a cold one and sit back and enjoy.
Mike just said there was a Pikachu right in the middle of the...
I think it's a Squirtle.
What's a Squirtle?
Those are the only two pokey things I know.
That's something else, man. You had a Google search.
Yeah,
that went wrong. Welcome back to The Craft. It's Tuesday night. There's toilet paper in the bathroom. Busy couple of weeks. To my left, we've got the Death Bellotto to himself, Mike Salter.
I'm going with James Howell this week.
James Howell?
You should know. If you don't know.
I know. I don't know.
He doesn't know.
Oh yeah, I'll be going with Johnny Utah then. Who's that?
Johnny Utah's from
Keanu
Reeves. Becky Blue, how are you?
I'm going to stay with a beep beep.
Beep
I'm gonna
beep.
hold it right there.
Johnny Utah, Jason Kinney. How are you, my friend?
Awesome. I do want to get into this real quick. Just a real quick thing. Our party actually was fantastic. And I just wanted to thank Alan Combs, Jason Yoder, and Brandon Barnhart for being there and playing for my party.
All right, man.
Guys,
All right, guys.
thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. They did short sets, so then we called them the Itty Bitty Ditty Committee.
Oh, is that what it was? All right.
All right. And behind the board, as always, Sean, please call your mother Walburn.
No, that's
Yes.
right.
All
I'll
right.
call my mom later.
All right.
I just wanted to call
Hi,
her.
Carol.
That message was brought to you by Carol Walburn and her... no,
Stop.
I'm kidding. I know.
Stop.
Look, I promised
You're just making it worse.
I promised your mother I would do that until you
It makes me
finally
call her last. You know that, right?
I promised
You're
her
a horrible son.
You're a
I am
horrible son.
I'm the only one she has, too.
You should try harder.
Okay.
Great show coming up tonight, folks. We've got Nicholas and Hannah from Gilson Snowboards, who we met over the weekend, as well as Fred Yoder, our guy Fred, father of
Jason, yeah.
of Jason. And Jason, by the way, this does not count towards your gold jacket.
Oh, he
So-
left already.
He did leave.
Did he already?
Did he leave?
Already.
Well, he's tuning. I'm sure he's tuning in on his way home, but.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't count. We're going Are we going a generation up, or how does that work? How would you properly say that? A generation back? We're going one generation
pick
back.
one.
We're gonna kick it. We're gonna kick it with Fred later on tonight.
Becky, you
Right.
have a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff happening in your world, and we never get to you until it's too late. So you're going to lead it out tonight.
All right. I'm trying to think of where to start.
At the
With
beginning.
what's coming up or what
Why
was just
don't
to
you
be?
start with what you did this past weekend,
All right.
and then
Well, first
segue
off,
it into what's going to happen.
I want to thank the city of Williamsport. On the 4th of July, my band played their 4th of July celebration in the center of town. And when we got booked for this, all I thought was they had told us that they'll have a tent set up for us and we can meet to, arrange to play the day. And when I got there, they really put it out for all of us musicians who played for free. And I
sounds
mean,
perverse.
seriously.
Right. It's a family show.
You know
It was
what
a
I mean?
swing and a miss. I'm sorry.
That's my job.
But it was really nice, and the band and I had a great time, and I hope they ask us back last year because it was a lot of fun in the center of town.
Cool.
Great time. And then I jumped from there to the Jersey Shore Carnival, and headed out towards Briggs Farm Blues Festival.
Nice.
So I just literally came out of the cornfield yesterday.
Coincidentally, so did I.
I've been in there for a couple days and got to see some, not so well known yet blues artists in a great setting. And now I'm ready for this weekend. So if you're looking for something to do, get out to Ye Old Meeting Place in Milton around 9:30. The Cats and I are going to do.
The Cadillac
The
Cats.
Cadillac Cats and I are going to do it all over again. Milton. Here we go.
Here we go again.
There it is.
The Tia salad. You know that.
I had to. All right. Sorry. Go on.
But before, I'm doing a doubleheader Saturday. Before the gig Saturday night, I need you guys to get to Sunbury Ice Rink for the second home bout of the season with the Susquehanna Valley Derby Vixens.
All right.
We are taking on the Nightmares of Main Street.
Main Street where?
I'm not really sure where they're just Main Street.
Just Main Street.
I'm going to say Allegheny. I want to say they're from the Allegheny area, but
Like
I'm not
Pittsburgh
sure.
area-ish, sort of, kind of. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's Friday night?
That's Saturday. Doors open at 5:30. This bout's money is going towards the Lycoming County SPCA.
Nice.
So show up, buy a ticket, or show up, bring some kitty litter, some cat food, whatever.
Buy a dog.
Yeah, rescue
Like
it.
a dog.
Do something. Yeah.
Rescue a dog.
What's the injury report like this week? I
I
need to know because I need to contact my bookie.
I'm not. I'm not real sure because I wasn't at practice on Thursday because I was up in the cornfield. So I'll find out tonight. But I think the Vixens are everybody's tip top now.
Nice.
Yeah, I think we're all full flying.
We're gonna win.
We're going to win. Now, though, the four of us would love to make it out there on Saturday, but we're going to be actually
we're going to be a little busy.
preoccupied with the Selinsgrove Hop Vines and Wines.
Right.
If you haven't gotten tickets yet, you're
good luck.
You're pretty much SOL. I have seen on the Facebooks, because I add an S to everything, the Facebooks, there are, as of today, there were 4, 5, 6 floating around.
Was it really? I saw a lot of people fishing around for them today, too.
Yeah. You may not be able to get them. Sometimes you can show up at the gate and people will, will have them for sale.
I do know someone that's looking for one, too, so...
We're gearing up for this major event. So
Yep.
we've got what do we got lined up beer wise? I'm gonna let you handle that one, fella.
I think we cut Becky off again.
Oh no, I was good.
She did
You got
well.
You got everything done? Everything?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
we
She
got
gave
it.
me that look like Jer segue. And,
Yeah, save me here, Joe.
All right.
Bail me out.
See.
But
He
since
did.
Jason cut me off, now we need a new segue back into it.
So speaking of cutting off,
Well, we are doing we're doing the Kinney's Red. You usually lead out with that one. It's a crowd favorite, and the Stymie 75 as well. We've got some new ones with the Ichiban coming out.
Correct.
The Skippy McPeanut Butter Pants,
which is new.
which
That
is
is
new as well. The Cucumber Kolsch, and the Watermelon Wheat.
Nice.
And a stymie.
And a stymie.
I did say
Stymie.
Stymie.
Oh, did you?
Did he say? I didn't hear
See,
stymie.
this is where I
heard-
repeat things that I
I
didn't hear
heard-
back here.
I don't think I heard stymie.
I
You
don't.
said it right after
He did?
Kenny's Red.
Well, now you said it like 6 times, so now they know.
It's
Yes.
Stymie
We'll,
75.
we'll play it back later.
Okay, we'll play it back. So we're really looking forward to that event. That's kind of our crown jewel of the summer that we like to do, and
that we're not boycotted from yet.
now.
See, that
come
just
on.
sounds bad now. That's nothing to do
I
with it.
know. It's an inside joke kind of
It's
thing.
yeah.
Anyway, we will see you there on the 16th, this Saturday.
Unless you don't have tickets.
Unless
Yes.
you don't have tickets, and then
Well, then you can stand outside the fence
You can-
and do
you
a
can-
little whimpering puppy thing.
then we'll wave to you.
And there will
We'll wave to
be
you.
special releases at certain times.
Yes, and
There will be.
and that-
And there also will be giveaways.
Possibly.
possibly.
Possibly,
To
actually.
yes.
Giveaways? What are we giving away?
Possibly.
It's a secret.
It's a secret.
It's
Yes.
a huge secret.
I think I
you have
missed
to
that
stop
meeting.
by
It's
and
Q
know
Brew.
the,
Stop
huge.
by and find out.
know the
Anyway,
secret password and the handshake, and then you gotta.
I don't even know the secret password and handshake.
Well, that's because
Nobody tells you
you're not
anything.
getting any. So
anyway, that the hours on that is 2 to 6.
2 to 6?
2 to 6. Come early, come often to our tent, and
Vote with your little stupid bottle cap thing.
Yes, vote with your stupid bottle cap thing.
yes.
We unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know. Unfortunately, we will still be in the homebrew category. You can
Yeah, for now.
for now. We're not quite licensed yet, but yeah, please,
Yeah.
put that bottle cap in there, man.
Yeah. Also, Mike, I think we wanted to mention something about if you didn't get your Indiegogo.
Oh,
yeah,
nice, yes.
absolutely. Go right ahead, Jay.
That's a voice of reason right there.
It's early in the podcast.
It is.
Any of the yeah, thanks. Anybody that has actually donated to our Indiegogo crowdfunding thing, and you will get your tchotchkes and everything like that. But we need a little bit of help from you because we don't have addresses for some people, or you can come and actually come down here and get your stuff if you want to, or yeah, I know.
We got to play that drinking game. Every time Jason says, you must take a drink.
Or
And then by the time Fred plays, you'll be asleep.
We need to get our guests some drinks then. So.
that's where my brain just stops. That's why I say yeah. So okay, then that's why I was trying to.
Or
hand
you
it
can
off to
contact
man.
us on Facebook, and reach out on Facebook. That's a good way to get a hold of us on Messenger, or just sending us something on there, or go to a website and
Right.
contact us via our email.
Right, because there is one or two of those like names. It was like that long name. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
don't know who
Oh,
you are.
yeah.
There's on the Indiegogo, people have their little pet names that they use for
It's
things.
like, that was like the Jack Corvette.
Jack Corvette, Uber, duper driver guy.
we didn't know who that
we don't know who
was.
that
We're like,
is,
what?
and you go through, and it sometimes doesn't say. I'm sure we're not using it properly, but so help us out. Just contact us via
'cause
email,
we-
Facebook.
Right.
You know.
We have all the stuff now
There-
because we had a little hang up with our koozies. That's a long story.
Some of the product didn't come out to the
So we
to
have
our
everything for
standards.
everybody right now.
Yes, we got them now.
We got them now, ready to go. And don't contact us via Indiegogo because it ties into our email, and for some reason, it's not translating through to us. We've had a couple people have that issue already. So just go directly to our Facebook and those types of things.
Or a
Right.
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 or a Q-Brew,
Qbrew.com.
Right.
See us at a show. Stop down.
or a Gmail. So Q-Brew at Gmail.
Yep.
All right.
Very good.
Cool.
Right.
What do you think, guys?
I think it's time for the read.
It's time
Yeah.
for the read.
Yeah, and
then move into our next segment. Yeah.
And it's a break,
absolutely.
and then the next segment.
Yeah.
Okay.
right
Well,
on.
this portion of the craft is brought to you by Wendy Kaufman, freelance writing and copy services, articles, branded campaigns, web copy, direct mail, recipe development.
Recipe development.
I've got this little thing I've been. Never mind. Blog post, content development, 10 plus years marketing experience. You can reach out to her at wendykate99@gmail.com or on LinkedIn at Wendy Cray Kaufman. Also brought to you by the IQ Brewing Company, 6 University Avenue in Selinsgrove. Coming up after the break, we'll be talking to Nicholas and Hannah from Gilson Snowboards.
Yeah.
Come on in. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
All right.
How many times have you heard Johnny say, if I had his money, I'd be doing things my way? You turn to crime, but crime don't pay, but cigarettes and false regrets day after day. I've been running on booze farm and cocaine. next to nothing, just a bunch of new wrinkles, lines on top of your face when you enter town. Regret anything each day is very yeah. Wait for breaking, wait for panic, a mass suicide war. Move on, you're faking, hearts still raking in lonely souls. There's no one making schemes or taking anything you could not let go. Another one to fight, another one to fight. Eye for an eye, even if you don't know them. Well, you touch, you just can't feel a thing. You move fast and free, so tough to touch, just about damn near a thing. But this is your reality. To us it's a dream. Everything dream, everything. No more secrets, no more faking. Anything you say will be held close. For someone's wasting time just saying yes, but means no. The time you're wasting contemplating could be used to make a difference. So turn away your face and join the human race. Eye to eye contact, never hurt a thing. Well, you touch, and you just can't feel a thing. You move fast and free, so tough to touch, just about damn near a thing. But this is your reality. To us it's a dream. Everything dream. Everything dream. Everything. Wait for breaking, wait for panic, a mass suicide war. Move on, you're faking, hearts still raking in lonely souls. Sometimes life just slips away. Sometimes 1 minute is a minute.
Brought to you by the LQ Brewing Company, 6 University Avenue in Selinsgrove. Coming to you live from the Brew Cave, where it's always 20 minutes till 7. Or it used to be.
Well, yours, yeah, it's not no more.
Until we got a battery for that clock.
It only took us
Couple weeks.
couple weeks, 6 months, man. You know how many nights I was over here and Jody got pissed at me, and I'm like,
It's only 7:15,
it's only quarter, 20 minutes to 7. You told me to be home at 9. It's like 1:30 in the morning. I guess I eliminated that excuse for myself, didn't
Yes,
I?
you did.
Yes, you did. You just-
Good
yes, you did.
job.
Way to go, Jer. Way to go. Way to fix
Blowing your
things.
cover.
It blew my cover. Nicholas and Hannah Gilson Snowboards, welcome, folks.
Thank you for having
We
us.
met you guys Saturday and at the
Jammed In.
At the Jammed In.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool event.
Very cool event and a couple of very cool people. Welcome, guys.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
good to be here.
Snowboards.
Yeah, thank you for this beer too. By the way, this is fantastic.
What do you have there?
I've got a cucumber beer. I'm all about this stuff, man. I've never had cucumber in my beer before, and this is I'm a changed man.
All right.
Awesome.
We like it.
And I'm going on the strawberry.
You've got the rosé. Yes, I see.
The watermelon wheat.
The watermelon. We
The watermelon wheat.
Cheers.
Cheers.
How do you like it? Is it
It's really good.
cool?
Yeah.
Normally we have a little thing of
watermelon.
Watermelon,
put,
yeah.
put in the
Hey.
beer.
Yeah, we-
it's like the
I'll go
lemon
with
on
the
the
others,
cup.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's fancy.
And we normally have cucumber slice like at our shows.
Well,
we
what happened
always do.
tonight? Are we chopped liver?
We're-
What's going on here?
We're slacking.
It's all about the budget, man.
I know. We know how that
Right.
goes. Every penny counts. Certainly.
Yeah,
for
I'm
us
sure you
too.
know about a budget starting a company.
Yeah.
Man, we lived in a cabin with no running water or electricity for at least a year there before we moved
Wow.
into our own manufacturing facility back
So-
in the
Wow.
early days.
So you guys are local now, but
Yeah.
obviously your roots aren't there. Where can we find you right now? Let's talk about where you are locally.
Cool. Yeah, we're
Okay. Or,
so I say we're
or
right
maybe
across.
we can talk about whatever the hell you
No,
want to.
no,
I
no,
don't
that's cool. So this is fine. I say we're right across the river from New Berlin, but that's not correct. We're right across the creek from New Berlin.
That's correct.
Yeah, and I know that
Right,
now.
It's a creek.
The crick, yeah.
Yeah.
Crick.
Yeah, Penn's Creek right there, right
Yep,
across
yep.
from New Berlin, right on, you round that corner, and we're right there. Used to be mini storage and an old tire and brake shop, and when we moved in, we had a lot of coal dust and some animals to clean out of there when we first got started.
Were
But
they
now it's looking
live animals?
I think if you were lucky, yeah.
So you guys are manufacturing snowboards.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. How did you end up in New Berlin?
Yeah, that's a great question. Hannah's from Nashville originally, and I had made my way down there and was teaching science in middle school there, and had met a fellow by the name of Austin Royer, who at the time I made fun of for saying things like yins and yet, and just messed around with him in the classroom in front of the kids, and jokes on me. He got the last laugh because fast forward a year, and I was 2 years actually, and I was actually living in the bed, not with him. He had gone back down to Nashville, but just let me
be
clarify
clear
that
here.
first. Yeah.
Clarifier.
But he had moved back down to Nashville to keep teaching and make sure we were financially comfortable. But I was living in the house that he had grown up in with his parents, and so he certainly got the last laugh on that one. But Austin is a guy who brought us right to this area.
Okay. I mean, there's a huge snowboarding scene in Nashville with all the snow down there.
Yeah,
I'm guessing. I mean, snowboards. I mean, I assume you grew up boarding. You're from
From Rhode Island
Rhode
originally.
Island, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
So it gets a
It's
big.
one of my favorite places in the world.
It
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Woonsocket.
Woonsocket.
Yeah.
No way, man.
Yeah.
That's a throwback.
What's
What's in Woonsocket
No,
for you?
what's in
I have
Well,
no clue.
I have no
Actually,
No, I'm from Rhode Island. I don't know.
I lived in Springfield, Mass, and would
said
always
it's a
go out there.
down
It was
to,
just fun to say.
down to the crazy wound socket?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, nice. Okay.
Lots of gang-related violence.
Okay. Those Rhode Island
No, that's
gangbangers.
more Worcester, Mass.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Rhode Island's great though.
So, I mean, where did your interest in snowboarding come from? collectively? One of you.
Yeah, you know, when I was in the 8th grade, I was my dad on the side would occasionally build some boats, and he was building catamarans, and I was looking at these things and going, man, these things are all curved and intelligently designed to move through water, and hey, snow is H2O solid, pretty similar to water.
Right.
Why are snowboards and skis flat? And so I was 14, got laughed out of a patent lawyer's office, and sat on the back burner for another 10 years before I had made my way back to middle school as a teacher, and totally started this company by accident.
What happy accident was that?
Well, we were in this amazing school where we had these kids were incredible, but they, because of past experiences, some of them were reading on a 3rd grade level, others on a kindergarten level, others, kid you not, practically in college by the time they're in 6th grade. So there was this
It's kind of like this crew here, okay?
yeah, right.
All right.
And so what we did to be able to reach all the kids was we started doing a lot of hands-on learning, and in an effort to practice what we preached, we had our own lab projects too, and that was to look at a project that I had started when I was in the 8th grade, and we totally failed a couple of times, and we would have quit, except the kids looked at us and said, "You guys told us not to quit. You guys can't quit."
Hello.
So, right. And so they were looking at us through these eyes, after we'd had our first major failure where Austin was describing this board as like trying to ride a canoe down the mountain. I mean, this thing was just awful from aesthetics to performance, you name it. This thing, and we expected the moon. We thought this thing was going to be incredible, and here we are with this sinking failure and having to go back to our students and tell them we had totally hit rock bottom. And they looked at us and said, "Well, you told us not to quit. You got to persevere." I'm pretty sure that's the word you used. And one thing led to another, and we actually ended up by March with a prototype that was outperforming the industry standard in a number of both qualitative and quantitative metrics. And so,
March of what year?
2013.
Cool.
Yeah, 2013. So. That's how it happened. And then we decided that we were going to take this thing to market, and then we realized we had no clue what we were doing, and moved back to Pennsylvania, moved into a stable in right outside New Berlin with Austin and his family, lived in a cabin mile back into the woods with no running water and electricity for over a summer, and we're hiking out up this huge hill each day to build shop. We had this most expensive thing we had collectively owned at the time, which was a CNC robot, literally in a donkey stable with a donkey right next to it.
Well, it doesn't get any more authentic than that.
Yeah, that's what they tell us. We didn't think so at the time. But yeah, so.
Yeah, and then we bought a 1976 Airstream. Traveled our first winter, 5 months. From
17,000 miles.
booking tour on the way. No mountains really knew who we were.
Really not.
So you just kind of showed up and said, "Hey, look what I got."
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically.
I mean, all of our boards were black and white at that point. No graphics. We just were trying to get the three-dimensional base under people's feet and see if they liked it. And so it was a very feedback year for us. Ended up being upwards of 95% of people coming down the mountain saying this is the best board I've ever ridden.
Wow.
Everybody, on the team is completely shocked and just kept the momentum going, kept us super stoked. And so we had never.
That was a party.
Never can recreate the first tour.
No,
that's for
there's no
sure.
way.
There was no company yet, so it was a little not very stressful. Everybody, it was 4 strangers basically piling in an Airstream, living the dream, traveling the United States.
We had budgeted for 0 sales and had 17,000 miles to travel, and really the number one goal was to drink PBRs and go snowboarding with as many people as possible.
Is this a completely self-funded project that you were on?
It was for a while. We've been very lucky to grow this in a way that we haven't sold any voting shares to date, but we are really lucky to have brought on some insanely talented investors and advisors who are, the thing is they're not here oh, this is my retirement savings, right? This is hey, my job Monday through Friday is interesting but super stressful. On the side I can talk about snowboards and drink a beer with these guys and grow a fun business. Sure, this I'll invest for fun, which is a really different model, I think, than what most startups are going through.
Super. Well, you had mentioned the team, and we had talked a little bit about that. Who's your team? I mean, what do you?
Yeah, it's a big melting pot of just a bunch of people. We're kind of from all over the place. Like he said, he's from Rhode Island. I'm from Nashville. Austin Royer is from here. We have Danny Jones, who's from California. He actually has a funny story of how he came on. We basically saw him in the Airstream. He's like, "How do you do what you do? This looks like a blast." He's been a snowboarder since
He had
was
30 minutes to pack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Let's just sum it up. But
So you just picked him up and
yeah,
brought
we're
him
like,
home.
"What do you got going on this weekend?" And he's been here ever since. I think everybody on the team, though, it's a very serendipitous story. Like, no one really belongs here, but we all fit perfect together.
That's a really cool story.
Yeah.
What's the future? I mean, where are we at now? What do we have to look forward to? Now, you don't have to give anything up that you can't at this point. But,
we certainly have a lot of stuff in the pipeline. When you boil it down to its basics, though, we're now a team of 15 people. We've got we've got great chemistry as a team. If we can maintain that, keep bringing the most innovative snowboards to market, keep our community close, keep grounded to why we got into this in the first place, and stay true to our roots. There are a lot of different routes that we could take, and we'd all be insanely happy. Right now, we recognize we're in the midst of a crazy journey through our 20s, and started a company, like I mentioned, totally by accident. That's now, sort of picked up enough steam to really start taking care of us, and really start taking us to some wild places we never thought we'd go. So, at this stage, man, if we keep doing what we're doing and keep loving life the way we are, we're all going to be very happy.
That's America right there, fellas.
America.
All right.
Now you started off with no graphics, but then you have gotten into some deals with one of our past guests, Thunderstruck.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Great question. We got to give credit to Denny and Steve over at the SBDC there. Back in the very early days, we went to Denny and we said at the SBDC, "Hey, here's our business plan." And he realized we had budgeted for 0 sales in our first year, as we had mentioned. And he said, "How the heck are you going to plan to start a business without anything to sell?" So that was really valuable advice in the early days. And fast forward a couple of years, I think Thunderstruck had similar interactions with the SBDC, and they linked us up. Great group of guys. We really enjoyed hanging out with them. We're psyched for them to get back from their summer breaks and get back to school so we can get back to work. We've got one prototype built, and it's looking pretty crazy.
I bet it does. They brought some of their brought some samples over to us, and we had them here 3-4 months ago,
Something like that.
something
about
like
that.
that. Crazy
It's
stuff,
very
man.
cool. Yeah.
That those guys are going to take off.
We gave them one rule: don't burn the shop down.
Yeah, they'll burn the shop down.
Right.
Well, they were doing that for what? For 4 or 5 months before they figured out how to safely
Right. Yeah.
Well, that's
how
kind
to
of
safely work with
microwave
It's like
parts.
5
right?
on the priority list.
1.21 gigawatts.
Yeah. Of raw power. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we were in the shop doing it with the boards too. We've got laminated poplar, so there's some real different stuff going on from what they'd done before. And we had this one arc where an entire core just burst into flames in our store. Right, well, that doesn't work. Yeah. Turn the knob down a bit, I guess.
So are all your boards all wood? I'm not sure what
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
materials, because I'm sure there's plastic or fiberglass ones. Or
Yeah,
whatever,
Yeah,
but
they
it's
sell them
mostly-
at Kmart for
Well,
children.
I'm asking. I want to know. Our
yeah.
viewers want to know also.
Dude, you're
you know.
hitting the nail on the head. From the base up, we have our sintered P-Tex, then a layer of triaxial fiberglass, then a poplar core, which is sourced completely locally. This stuff grows in all of our backyards, harvested by
right.
local businesses, prepped by local businesses, given to us. Then another layer of fiberglass and our top sheet. And it's a big sandwich, goes into a pressing system that Austin Royer invented. And then it comes out as a square that I wouldn't recommend riding. Takes some finishing work then.
Right. I've never gone snowboarding. I've always wanted to. Joel from the hotel, me and him were going to go. He goes all the time. But I have noticed when I've seen boards that like the middle is like up,
Oh, and camber.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Is that because of weight distribution? So when you get
Yeah,
on
basically
it,
when you step on it, it goes flat, and
Okay.
then if you press it flat and then you step on it and you bend it, it's sort of a little bit less lively. Whereas
Okay.
if you have that camber in there,
Right.
basically that raise in the middle that you then press down with your weight, when you go to bend it, it's like a spring. Sort of like the leaf
Okay.
springs in your
Right.
car. They're not
Yeah.
flat, they're curved.
Right. Gotcha.
Jared, these guys are polished.
How about
They
it?
are polished.
That
I mean,
analogy
it's like-
was on the spot. I impressed myself.
That
with
was,
that one.
This could not be your first rodeo on a
So,
podcast or a radio interview or something like that.
Me and Mike used to skateboard way back when. So have you ever made any actual skateboard decks at all?
Yeah, I have.
Have you?
Never professionally.
No, but you
yeah,
have
always
made some?
basement as a high schooler. I made a lot of skateboard decks, and
Yeah.
I couldn't say I'm proud of them. I'm sure we'll get back into it at some point, but back then
I was just wondering because
Yeah.
it's similar. It's related.
It's definitely similar.
yeah.
It's also a summer thing. Right now, our summer business comes from shipping stuff to Australia and New Zealand, which is, awesome markets, but smaller. And so, we definitely downsize during the summer, and a way to combat that is definitely by moving into some related spaces. So
Right, absolutely.
skateboards, I
Summer
think, are on the
sports,
horizon.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
if it's
Yeah, that'd be
not
cool.
too much of a pain, why don't you kind of show us what you got over here?
You know what? Because we've got some beers here, I'm going to show you the Reposado. This one is this graphics inspired. It's a 500-year-old painting. Let me get it first before I start talking about it.
Okay, all right. You say reposado? Reposado. Okay.
Just tequila.
I'm just, I'm not good with my pronunciations.
Wow.
There we go.
So yeah, this is the Reposado. This is actually a 500-year-old painting on this board that's been rendered for a board graphic.
I bet the
and-
museum's pissed that you took that painting
Oh,
from.
they are livid. Good news is they actually can't find us out here.
Okay.
No, but this is and the Reposado. It's a tequila. So this is we say fine snowboards handmade by a bunch of gringos with true Pennsylvania poplars.
Right.
So
Right on.
and this snowboard it's a big one. It's a 170. This is bigger than most people would ever consider riding. This is really meant for going insanely fast and laying
that-
over
Can fill in a
huge
3D
cars.
base.
Now, is there a
Yeah.
difference between making downhill and making pipe snowboards?
Oh yeah. We have 4 different shapes in our line with 7 different models across men and women, and they actually feel really different. That's one of the things about the. And, we brought this new variable of design to the table, which is instead of flat boards, we can design in 3 dimensions and have these curved bases, and so each one of our boards actually feels really different from the other 2.
So I just have a real quick question. Like I see both of these have the black edges on the other side.
Yeah.
Sidewalls.
Yep. Those are sidewalls.
Yep.
Is that metal or is that or
There's-
those?
Yeah, there's some metal right here below it, which is the steel edge, which allows it's sort of like the knife that you carve on.
So like on skis.
Same idea, yeah.
okay.
And then the black
I gotcha.
above it, back in the day, they used to do cap construction. So they would take the fiberglass right over the edge and have it meet the steel. That plastic in there is just a really impact resistant ultra high molecular weight plastic, which it can really take a beating.
So that strengthens the edge.
Yeah.
For whatever.
Fun story about this plastic, actually. We had to partner up with some serious labs at Penn State to figure out how the heck to bond to it, because we were doing some really new processes that people hadn't done before. This plastic is formulated to be insanely durable and not bond to anything. We have to sand it and stick epoxy to it. So we're trying to do the 2 things it's meant not to do.
Cool.
Now, you don't just pump out hundreds and hundreds of the same board. You commission some personalized work as well.
Oh yeah, no mass production here. We like to say your board doesn't exist yet, and that we'll build it for you.
Nice.
We also do a lot of custom work too. We work with artists who come in and design their own board. And I mean, Hannah, what I'm blanking
We have
on
7 in our basic line: 3 men's, 3 women's, and then 1 unisex, which is our powder board. But
We use that for profiling.
but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talented artists out there that we because we manufacture in the United States, we can, have the flexibility to put your artwork on our snowboard, and so we're happy to do that too.
Oh, we want a Cuber freaking board. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Frickin'
Absolutely.
Well, you know what we'll have to do is we'll have to get you guys in for a remote podcast. We'll get you guys all gloved up to come and help build it.
Yes. I would love to
could
do
you
that.
build it while the podcast is going on?
I don't know.
Do you have
How does your stuff
Do you have a
react to the
budget for
epoxy?
broken boards?
Yeah, right.
You let us get a hold of them.
I'm more worried about the broken mics, honestly.
Yeah.
Epoxy doesn't come out of anything.
So how many different sizes? Like, is it height size or
She
is
just
it-
went
or
through
is it-
that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, there
I
are
was-
sizes there, yeah.
Styles, but yeah, there's different sizes with each
Okay.
style. We've definitely dumbed it down to just the more
Yeah, we've got 4 different shapes. We've got 7 different models, and we've got 18 different sizes across those.
Okay.
Oh no, that was a good question.
Yeah.
14 times 7 times.
So yeah,
18.
this reposado, you know,
That's
someone-
147,000 different combinations.
Feels like it.
Oh, but is it permutations or combination? I don't know.
Permutations.
So how many do you have all the stuff out to retailers?
Yeah, how do you sell your product?
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Yeah, great question. You want to field this one, or you want me to take it?
I mean, you know, we can both. We can
Let's
tag team.
let's do it.
You know, right now we're primarily direct to consumer. We're definitely in some select retailers, but that's, you know, our website traffic is definitely how we put the board on your doorstep at this moment, I would say.
That's the reality. Is, you know, the historical model in the industry is build a board 3 years in advance, ship it to your distributor. He puts it in his warehouse. Then it ships to the retailer. It goes on their shelf. Then it sits there, and then the end customer gets it 3 to 4 years later.
Oh, that sucks.
Okay.
Yeah, and, you know, not to knock it. The old system's a good system, but now we have FedEx and the internet, and so we can build a board for you, put it on your doorstep anywhere in the world within 2 weeks, and it can have your name on it or your face, which some people have done before.
Hey, let's plug the
That's
website.
cool,
let's
though.
plug the Facebooks. Let's
Sure,
get
yeah.
people in contact with you.
It's we're Gilson Boards is our official handle. So we're GilsonBoards.com. That's GilsonBoards.com. Gilson Boards on Facebook, Gilson Boards on Twitter, Gilson Boards on Instagram,
Awesome.
and YouTube, and Vimeo.
Gilson Boards.
Get some boards.
do you have any? I don't know if they're pro boarders or anything like doing like videos with
Yeah.
them using your boards or anything like that.
So the U.S. Olympic team has actually tested out our equipment.
Name
which is-
dropper.
Yeah, right.
U.S.
What a-
Olympic team.
That's awesome.
And so they were super stoked, and but you know, our approach is a little bit different. We could spend all of our money going out and buying some guy who's already known globally.
Right.
And then that kind of doesn't really feel like we earn it. So what we're doing is we're focusing on meeting everyone in our community and working with really good riders who are also, just as importantly, really good people. And we're finding these kids who are between the ages of, you know, 11 and 25 and just ripping. And no one knows who they are. And we have the ability then to work together to create something
So
cool.
you're not gonna actually like sponsor?
We have
a
sponsored
boarder?
riders. We just don't go after the guys already
Okay.
sponsored by the other
Right,
companies.
right.
Not trying to steal.
Find
Burdens
your
or-
own
yeah.
local talent or
Exactly.
that's awesome.
Oh, yeah, we
That's
got
great.
a lot of PA
Grassroots.
riders. A lot of real. You know what, PA? 6th highest density state for snowboarders in the country. We didn't know that when we set up shop
Wow.
here.
I
I
tried
just-
it once. I broke 6 ribs.
No.
Oh, no.
I've never done it. I'd
No,
love to.
it's the soft edge, man. More forgiving learning experience. You'll have to check it out.
Well, I was up on Jack's Mountain, and it was in March, and there was about this much ice, and then it was rock underneath. And it was
Yeah.
the first time I tried snowboarding. and-
East Coast
Yeah.
ice can hurt, yeah.
And you know, any snowboarder will look you in the eye and go, "I know how that feels," and they all
Absolutely.
mean it. Yeah, they all
You
mean it.
can't
Yeah.
learn how to snowboard without having that day, that's for sure.
Yep.
But once you get past that day, it's really fun.
Now, Nicholas and Hannah, you have an event coming up that we're kind of really excited to bring out to the public here.
Awesome.
Why don't you tell us about it?
Sure, absolutely. Thanks for letting us bring it up. We have a summer snow day coming up, Gilson Board, at the Gilson Board facility, which you can find, you know, that address on our Facebook page,
We call it the snowboard farm.
the Snowboard Farm. But yeah, we're going to have some summer snowboarding. Montage Mountain's going to be out there. We have this amazing feature we're building at the shop. And
The
so
Steel Mountain.
The steel
and
mountain.
Oh,
we're
you
gonna
say
get,
it better than I do.
Yeah, he's got the radio voice for sure. But yeah, we're gonna actually bring in snow from the local ice rinks. So it's gonna be kind of challenging to keep snow going on in July, but we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna have some live music. A couple of local bands like Duck Duck Goose is gonna be there. We got a Half Dollar, who's pretty local, and then Colors Best Kept Black. So we're super excited to have them. We'll also have some free beer from some local breweries. Hopefully next year you guys can come and be a part of it. But we'll have Rusty Rail, Civil War Cider going to be there and giving out some free
Yeah,
beer
Ace is
and
gonna be
cider.
there too.
Ace,
Yep.
Yep. And some local craft vendors like Pompeii Soap. We have Colonial Candles and Moonshine Camo, some just great local companies.
Did you mention free beer?
I did mention free beer.
Free beer, yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a plus.
That's a kicker.
So this event doesn't cost anything to go to?
No admission and free beer.
No admission, free beer.
Free to the public.
Cool
Free to
bands.
the public.
Nice.
Yeah.
Open, yeah.
Well,
It's space.
We really just want to share this with the
We're
community.
there.
Yeah.
We're excited to have a couple brews with you guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, really what it's about is that there is nowhere else in the country that this could have happened. Our neighbor is a professional. Wow, getting tongue-tied.
That's okay.
Our,
It happens to
our
me,
neighbor
too.
is a professional welder, and he had us cut all of his firewood for the winter back in the early days, and he did all of our welding instead of charging us $150 an hour. And there are countless stories like that where this community just totally rallied around us, and we're finally in a position where we can give our first big thank you back. So free beer,
That's
lots
cool.
of games, lots
and
of fun.
Probably, we have some really great sponsors too in the local area, like Keystone Wood Products, who's sponsoring the event, and Susquehanna River Valley Visitors Bureau. So they've definitely helped out
Cool.
the free beer possibility.
Yeah, and Beaver Motors as
Nice.
well. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is this an invitation-only thing, or is
Oh
it
no,
just
it is
No,
open
the
to
more the
anyone.
merrier.
Yeah.
Oh, be careful
is-
what you
I
wish
know.
for.
I know we're gonna be in
Yeah.
trouble. Yeah.
First
So-
annual, second annual, we might change that rule.
Yeah. Free beer while you can get it, I guess, right?
And you can find all that information on your .com.
Yeah, absolutely. GilsonBoards.com. Flyers right there. And there's a Facebook event called Summer Snow Day, which is hosted by Gilson Boards.
And what is the date for that again?
It's July 23rd, and the event's
July
from 12 to
23rd.
9. It's all day, so really anytime you want to stop by, we're going to be partying.
Holy smokes, that's
Cool.
like what?
2
week,
weeks.
Week and a half
Yeah,
away?
week and a
Yeah,
half.
It's a week and a half
holy
away.
smokes.
Wow.
Get
It
Saturday.
is.
That sounds like a really, really good
It's
time.
going to be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Snow in July.
Who'd
Check
have
out
thought?
Gilson Snowboards. We ready for a break, or
Absolutely. Let's do the read and
here you go. You want me to read?
go to Bonton.
Okay, go to go to the Bontons. Hey, thanks, Nick and Hannah from Gilson Snowboards. I think we should take a bus over there.
Oh, you guys are welcome.
I mean,
anytime.
not a bus, not a bus. We're not going to take.
The point is, you should have a DD.
Can we
Right,
can we
right.
rent the cabin out
Oh yeah, man.
with no electricity
It's
or
$1
no water?
a night. Yeah.
It's $1 a night. Excellent. That's perfect for us.
Awesome.
Can we brew beer in there? That'd be the next thing.
$2
We
a
got
night.
17 acres. No one knows.
Oh, excellent.
All right.
Thanks again, Nick and Hannah from Gilson Snowboards. This is The Craft, brought to you by the ILQ Brewing Company, 6 University Avenue in Selinsgrove, and by Wendy Kaufman, freelance writing and copy services, articles, branding campaigns, web copy, direct mail, recipe development. I have to ask her about that one. Blog posts and content development, 10-plus years marketing experience.
That's a lot.
I've
That's
been
a
drinking.
mouthful, man.
I've been drinking water through most of this.
I feel better.
And I'm still tongue-tied. WendyKate99 at gmail.com, and check her out on LinkedIn, Wendy Craig
All
Kaufman.
right. Thank you guys so much
Thank
for
you
coming
so
out.
much.
Thank you guys so much for having
Thank you
us.
very
This
much.
is great
Thank you.
stuff.
Our much anticipated musical guest, Fred Yoder, coming up after the break.
All
This
right,
is
we'll
The
see you.
Craft.
Thank you, guys.
I don't wanna be oh young and free and still living in the 90s. Seems so easy. Talk is still cheap, but it seems to be the going currency. You can speak your mind. You can type it, text it, sing it in rhyme. All you got to do is make this a place you long to be. And put your head on your pillow. Pretend the whole population's close to zero. What would you do if you could rebuild everything? Would you live like a king? know what's right, and you can't fight that feeling. Begging, why does anyone feel the need? Try to work things out with good old-fashioned peace, love, harmony. You can speak your mind, you can type it, text it, sing it in rhyme. All you got to do is make this a place you long to be. Put your head on your pillow, pretend the whole population's close to zero. What would you do if you could rebuild everything? Oh, would it be a lot like this? I'm sure darkest corners of your mind. That is where you'll find the motivation that pulls you on through. She takes it and she takes a mile. Just a little taste, she runs wild. Pulls an entourage around and pulls fire on the fuse. And just like that, she's gone again. Try to write, but just as you acquire a pen, the words are all fleeting. Your mind starts to act a fool. Better catch her before she has disappeared. The touch of sin so soft but cruel. Repeating history as words, then remembering you. Oh, don't forget your blues. much to learn, baby. But if you slow yourself down, your whole world will be on time. In your own mind, can you handle it? In your own life, can't you make it quit? Now you sit and ask yourself how much I pay for this thrill. You got your kicks for free instead of doing a pill. You finally can't feel life. Fog overtakes your judgment, not mine. Is life all better in black and white? In your own mind, can you handle it? In your own life, can't you make it quit?
Welcome back to The Craft, brought to you by the ILQ Brewing Company, 6 University Avenue in Seals Grove. Guys, it's been a great night so far, man. I'd like to thank Hannah and Nick from Gilson Snowboards. Definitely going to check out their event here in a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah.
And another one of our newest best friends that we met last weekend. We got Fred Yoder. Fred, welcome.
Thank you.
Yay,
Nice to be here.
Fred.
You guys are a stitch. I love it.
A stitch.
That's an old colloquial phrase, I guess, huh?
Well, yeah, we understand what it meant. We're called a lot of things, though, Fred, but it's normally not. It's not necessarily positive.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
That's as far as it's gonna go. So.
Oh, okay.
You want me to
Okay.
get closer?
Probably should have.
As long if you can lean in a little bit, that'd be fine. I'm a pain in the butt.
I hate leaning.
So do I, but I normally lean backwards. I mean, gravity
Right.
takes. Sometimes gravity takes over. Fred, we met you this weekend at the Jammed Inn up at in downtown Sales Grove, and just super impressed. You're the dad of one of our best friends of the podcast, Jason, and it was a pleasure to listen to you.
Well, thank you.
You can help me out here anytime.
You were doing fine. You were doing
I was
great.
doing fine. There was a lot of ums and ahs and
Right.
and things like that. Fred, you're somewhat of a neighbor of ours, at least in the summertime,
Absolutely.
riverwise.
Absolutely.
Fred's upriver, spends his summers on the Shady Nook.
In the nook.
In the Nook.
In the Nook.
My wife never took kindly to my river friends.
Little John Wayne there going on.
The Shady Nook is actually a part of the Isle of Q, kind. I mean, it's an isle, and you have Penn's Creek coming down this way and the river this way, and they're up on that end of it. So it kind of is sort of part of it.
Lots of Pokemon up there.
There's a lot of Pokemon. By the way, that's ridiculous, that thing. We just saw a group of kids just wandering aimlessly up through the
up through the streets with their phones out looking for these silly creatures.
This is blowing my mind. I had no idea this was going on.
Could somebody
I just found out. You know.
I saw people wandering in the middle of 11 and 15, or sorry, 15 going to Lewisburg at like 6:30, quarter to 7 in the morning, in the grassy
it's
median between the two highways.
strange phenomenon.
That's important. You got to catch them all.
You do.
I don't know
Is
why.
there some
but
grand prize that everybody's on the move?
You can
That's
be a
what I'm wondering.
Pokemaster.
A poke.
Whatever the hell that means, you get to be one.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
I'm
research
gonna get up
this.
at 6 in the morning.
Well, I think
Check it
Rome.
Sean downloaded the app.
Yeah,
I
he said
did
he
it.
had one on his table or something like that.
Well, the reason I downloaded the app is that my girlfriend and I were sitting on a back porch last night, and there were some kids came to the fence, and they were looking around like they're going to come in the yard, and she started yelling at them, "What are you doing?" You know, I mean, in a nice way. And what are you doing?
You damn kids, get out of my yard!
In a non-40-year-old woman way. No,
Kids and your
I'm in
rock and
trouble
roll
now.
parties.
You're Dan Fogelberg.
Your Fogelbergs and your Pac-Mans, get out of my yard. No. So she knew what they were doing right away. She knew the one person. So, and she goes, "You doing that Pokemon thing?" And she was just kidding around with them and stuff. But then I got interested and wanted to know what was going on. So I downloaded it, and sure as anything, there are these, whatever they are, sitting in our yard. And then I had the app going, and then this morning I got eating breakfast, and I turned it on again just to see, and there's one sitting on the kitchen table.
That's LSD.
Oh. All right. Sorry. It wasn't an app then.
Flashback. Woo! Where'd that damn
Sounds
thing
more
come
likely.
from?
Okay.
Okay, we can segue back into the music end of the show.
I'm happy Fred's here.
There's got to be a song in that.
Yeah.
It's not Pokemon. It was LSD. It's not Pikachu. It's LSD.
I'll work on that.
We'll
one.
work
There you go.
So
Fred,
Fred,
go ahead.
I am excited. You've got some original music for us today.
Yes, I do.
And you were threatening to play it, and I'm excited to hear it. But before we get to that, where did this start for you?
Actually, I think it started back. I was interested in music. I loved to listen to the radio, and I sang with the radio a lot. But what happened was, at 16, I tried to take lessons from this old timer, and he was the one that kind of went like dum 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 dum, and I could not do that. I said, I want to play rock and roll. You know, I'm 16. You know, you don't go dum dum dum, and I quit, and got drafted, went in the military, spent a tour in Nam, and I came back. And I think what really happened was what kept me from going to the dark side, so to speak, was music. And I started playing music by myself for hours at night in the dark, maybe, so I could listen to what I'm doing instead of looking at what I'm doing. And I practiced and I practiced and I practiced. And then I get married and to a beautiful wife named Annie.
Hello, Annie.
Yeah, shout out to Annie. And anyhow, she encouraged me to start a band. So back in the state of Indiana, we started a band in 1975, and we played all over northern Indiana, burning the candle at both ends, working a full-time job and playing 4 times a week, and it was getting too much. We had one child, and another one just came, which was Jason.
Right.
And I said, I got to quit. My health is not, I was drinking too much. I was not getting any sleep. I was not doing what I was supposed to do to stay healthy. And so, as a result, I quit the band. I told them I'm quitting, and come December, we'd play every night in the week of December. And so it was just like really, really too much.
They didn't turn out to be Aerosmith or anything.
No, no, it was Fred and the boys.
Fred and the boys. I like that.
At any rate, we had a great time though, and moved to the state of Pennsylvania, and kind of hung up the music for a little bit. I thought I'd raise the kids. Had 3 biological kids. We adopted 3 children from Honduras. We raised 11 more
Oh, wow.
in our
Geez.
house.
Holy crap.
Yeah, in my
Wow.
spare time.
You know a thing or two about diapers, then.
Most of them were out of diapers when we got them.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thank God.
That's better.
Yeah. At any rate, actually, we had 21 kids go through our house. You might have heard something back in the day where there were some helicopters in the area, and the state police had snipers in the area, and
Hey, that wasn't us.
Yeah.
was my house.
Do tell.
Wow.
Another song.
Okay.
At any rate, we had taken this one kid from Cincinnati and had him, and he left, and he came back, and I guess he had killed a kid and supposedly killed a kid in Cincinnati.
Oh, wow.
He came back, and while we were in New York on a job, and the state police, I told my daughter, I said, call the state police, because I called the Cincinnati detectives, and they told me to go ahead and said, what do we have out there in Sunbury, Pennsylvania? This guy's coming out to Sunbury, Pennsylvania. We called the police there, and they said they don't know anything about it. He says, is this maybe RFD? And I said, pretty much.
Okay.
So we called the Selinsgrove Barracks, and they said, what would you like us to do about it? I said, well, you might want to call this guy in Cincinnati. They did, and within moments, there were helicopters in the air. There were snipers en route. There was negotiators coming in. And we were out of town, and I got my kids out of there, and they had to wait for these guys to give up. But they finally did give up about 2 in the morning.
That is that's a first time for our podcast to
That
hear a
is.
story like
Wow.
that. Wow.
So, yeah.
So anyway, Fred, when Jason was introducing you at the Jammed In, he said international music star.
Well,
What can you tell us about that?
played in this country of Bolivia. My oldest son, Freddie, namesake, he was an exchange student there, and we went down there, and they knew I played, so they said, well, why don't you play? So I played a show that night, or one night, in Bolivia, and then later we go to the Blues Festival in Canada, the National Blues Festival, or International Blues Festival, and we go every year, and this one club asked us to come and play, and so we played in Canada. And we also, I was in, what island was it? Barbados.
Barbados.
I was in Barbados. And I went down to work on a cruise ship to do some work there, measure actually for windows. And I had my guitar there, so they asked me to play there. So I played a club in Barbados. So
Nice.
that's why it's international. And I've played in the state of Pennsylvania and the state of Indiana, and would that make me international too?
That would also.
Michigan, Florida.
Well, you're back on the air in Canada. We have a huge Canadian following for the podcast.
And we've
Super.
got 2 in Japan, right?
I think it's 3 in Japan.
3 in Japan
Yeah,
there.
we've got
The Netherlands, Australia, New Zealand. Yep.
Germany's big.
Germany's
Like
big.
us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
October.
October.
So you're
Thanks,
you're back on the world map.
Plus, I didn't play for any money, but I played in Vietnam. For what that was worth.
Keeping some people happy, I guess.
Yeah.
You know. Trying to, I guess. Yeah.
The lighter side of life. But really, music has been my life, and it's what's kept me going. I hope in the next, I'm personally shooting to live to be maybe 130, 140 years old. Seriously, and I expect to be playing music at that time. And I will have the greatest following because everybody's going to come out to see the 130-year-old guy
Right.
play music.
There you go.
Absolutely.
I
There
would
you go.
buy a ticket for that. Absolutely.
Now, did you groom Jason from a young age to be your protege, to carry the torch once you hit that 130?
I was playing a whole lot of music when Annie was pregnant with him. And so she was present almost in all my shows. So he got it in the womb. And then later on, he just kind of picked it up. No, that was... Come on, clean it up, guys.
There's a little giggle. There's a little giggle there. So.
As
They got the music.
Well, I think Annie got it. I didn't finish. It was PG. Okay. All right.
So at any rate,
Phrasing.
he, at the age of maybe 13, 14, he got serious about it, and he wanted to play. But I would play at night, and one of the favorite songs that as little kids they loved was
Puff the Magic Dragon? No?
Go ahead, give us a little.
Back in North Carolina, in the hills, there was a man with the moonshine still. He was a-running that moonshine around when the revenues kept poking round the town. Mighty, mighty pleasing, Pappy's corn squeezing, shoo white lightning. At any rate, they would dance to that. The kids just loved it, so I probably put it in him. I don't know.
What do you have in mind?
Phrasing.
Phrasing. What?
That's all right.
That's,
It's
Archer thing.
It's okay.
Yeah, so... Go ahead, Joe.
What do you have in mind to play for us tonight, Fred?
Well, I would like to do a song that I wrote for Trump.
I would love.
Yes.
We would love to hear
Yeah.
that.
You have never heard that one, huh?
No.
Nope.
I
Well,
did,
it is on YouTube.
I was not able to pull that up. However, Fred, you and I talked about this on Saturday, and I'd love to hear it.
Okay.
Fred, and are we pro or con Trump?
Well, I think you'll understand when I sing the song.
Okay, let's let the song speak for itself.
Let's make America strong. Shouldn't take us real long. Help Trump become president. Is that pro enough? That'll make he's heaven sent. Well, I love America. How about you? Like New Hampshire said, don't tread on me. Let's make America strong. Help Trump right the wrong. Give by Mexico, that will stop the illegal flow. Well, I love America. How about you? Like New Hampshire said, don't tread on me. Politicians don't like what we say, want us to get out of their way. Get rid of Obamacare, 'cause we're paying more than our share. Well, I love America. How about you? Like New Hampshire said, don't tread on me. Republicans lack leadership. Makes me so mad I could spit. Democrats don't have much class, want me to be an ass. Well, I love America, how about you? Like New Hampshire said, don't tread on me. Well, I love America, how about you? Like New Hampshire said, don't tread on me.
Fred Yoder, all right. That was a Trump song brought to you by Mexico because we made him pay for that shit right there. I'm telling you. That was great, Fred. I'll let you wet your whistle there before I hit you up with the hard-hitting questions. No, I'm just kidding. So what was the inspiration for that?
I think I wrote it last August.
You were sitting around...
and I saw Trump, and I liked what he was saying because he's not a politician. And I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
And I do think that probably, as I looked at the rest of it, and part of the song describes, is that politicians lack leadership. And I think we need somebody that takes charge kind of guy.
Yeah.
And I think he's a take charge kind of guy. So it was just kind of an inspiration, and the Mexico thing about the wall and all that. So,
well, you've in talking with you last weekend, you take some inspiration from current events, and we'd heard the song about Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Talk a little bit about that before you play that one, if you.
Sure.
Okay.
Again, I hear things, and things spark in me. It could be an eagle flying, and it gives me an inspiration. It could be, anything really that happens, and I'll kind of mull over it, and pretty soon I'll start humming a tune, and maybe it fits, and maybe it doesn't, and I think Becky can understand that. And all of a sudden you start. Sometimes I write the words, and then I put a tune to it. It depends. So Baltimore, I was listening to this, and I looked at the crazy stuff that was going on when they were burning everything down, and they're burning cars, and the police are standing there not letting them. The mayor said back off, and I said, "Whoa!" I said, "This is not right. Not right. This is America. We should not allow that kind of stuff to go on here." Now, I'm all for peaceful protests. Put it in a song, put it somewhere, do something,
Right.
Get it out. But don't burn down the house. So anyhow, I watched this, and I kind of put it together, and I wrote a song about Baltimore burning.
Let's hear it.
You want to hear it?
Let's go.
Absolutely.
Something strange going down in this Baltimore town. The black man is mad, so he's burning his town down. So now Baltimore is burning. Right now Baltimore is burning. The mayor told the police, "You had better stand down. Give the rioters their space to burn their town down." So now Baltimore is burning. Right now, Baltimore is burning. Right now, Baltimore is burning. Watching Megyn Kelly on Fox TV. See the looters running down the street with their booty in retreat. Meanwhile, Baltimore is burning. Meanwhile, Baltimore is burning. Tell me I don't understand. Why'd you burn your town down? Where you going to live when you burn your house down? So now, Baltimore is burning. Meanwhile, Baltimore is burning. Baltimore is burning. Baltimore is burning.
That's Fred Yoder. All right, Fred. Thank you.
All right.
Hey, if you've downloaded this and it's now Thursday or Friday, and you want to know where you can catch us live, you can catch us on Facebook Live, Podbeam, and we're out there on live stream, Stitcher, and Brew Cribs.
That is correct.
Right.
Right. And that'll probably be at least tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah,
I mean, the Facebook
again,
live
it's
stream.
released,
Actually, after it's live, we don't keep it up, and then we replace it with the live stream feed that hooks to YouTube. So you'll find it there. So
if you're
right.
if you're wrapped up in the space-time continuum, so it's going to be out there somewhere. Just find one of those sites
Tomorrow.
Yeah, we normally get to uploading this tomorrow because it does take some time to do that and make sure everything is correct.
File formats,
yeah.
bit rates.
So
Bit
you
rates.
It's
can
really no editing. It's live, but we do take it.
right.
And we have to rip it down from live stream, put it over to YouTube, put it in the Facebooks.
So it does take
It's a
some
thing.
time.
It's a thing.
that was way
It's a
crazy
thing.
So I would
overcomplicated.
say-
I was just trying to say.
Oh, was that just a simple segue? Was that
Just a
did we mess that
simple
up?
Well,
for you?
we're
You did mess it
trying
up for
just
me.
trying to let everybody know it's
We got
going
two
to not
texts in a row.
be till like tomorrow night.
We're
It's
just
just ish, but
we're just delirious from the heat in here,
I was
right?
gonna
is.
say,
It's
I'm
getting-
melting.
I am
I'm
melting. It is
How about
so
it?
stinking hot in here.
Holy moly!
We're gonna start a crowdfunding just for air conditioning.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have air
Seriously.
conditioning. It's just that we can't turn it on.
Well, we
The
need
mics.
soundproofing.
You
There's
can
a
turn
whole-
it
So
on.
close.
You can
It's
turn it
right
up.
there.
It's
It's
too
right
much.
there. Fred, we're gonna have you play us out here, buddy. It's getting so damn hot.
You got another one in you?
Oh, sure.
Hey, before we go and do that,
Okay, go ahead.
where can we find you?
Yeah,
we wanna,
right.
We
right.
wanna
Oh, I'm sorry,
hear your
Fred.
songs about
Yeah, we got a
patriotism
CD here,
and
too.
obviously
Yeah.
influenced by being
I
in the
have-
military.
I
Where do we
have-
find you?
I have a song that I wrote about keeping your dreams alive, which I think is a very apropos song.
Okay.
It's not on my CD, but it's a song that it will be on another CD.
We do have some copies of your CD, Choices of a Life. It's never too late. Fred Yoder's debut album. You put this out a year or two ago.
Oh, no. I put that out in 95.
Okay.
Oh, 95.
Yeah.
95.
Did they have
Nice.
CDs at 95?
They do.
They did have guitar
they
players
did.
in 95.
Fred, I still have cassettes, man. I
Yeah.
play the
You have-
shit out of those.
You have 8 tracks. What are you kidding?
I do have a functioning 8-track player, by the way. I do.
Do
But,
you have some gigs lined up?
Yeah, Friday I will be playing at Legends Cafe in Lebanon, PA. Jason
Okay.
and
They make the best
Jake and
bologna
I.
there, by the way.
They do, Lebanon and Maloney. Yeah. and then the afternoon, before we go down there, we'll be playing over at Maria Joseph at the nursing home for a couple elderly people. And then we'll slide on down there and do our show that night.
Now, did you get Jason involved in going out to the state school? And
Yes, I
playing
did.
There?
Yes, I did. They had asked me to come out there and play on a Thursday night once a month, and sometimes if they don't have somebody show up, I'm more than once a month. But they have us come out once a month, and we do a show in the evening from 7:30 to 8:30.
Yeah, he
And
says he really enjoys that, and getting,
it's such a
People involved.
what really just touched my heart in doing that. They wheeled this girl out, and she's lying there, and she can't on a gurney type thing. She can't move. She can't do anything. I thought to myself, dear God, why do they even bother?
Yeah.
And one night I'm playing and I'm watching her, and all of a sudden I see her fingers tapping to the music.
Oh,
and
that's a great
that
story,
just got me.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was all worth it.
Wow.
I mean, it was worthwhile. And so every time I look for her and they wheel her out there and she's there, and pretty soon I'll see her tapping to the music, and it means she's getting it, and that just is awesome.
That's why
Cool.
you do
That's
it.
what
That's
it's
a,
about.
That's a center.
yeah.
Yeah. So anyhow, what do you want me to do? You want me to play you out
Well, I
again?
tell you what, Fred. Fred, give me just give me a
couple chords.
couple of chords, some background music. I got a quick read here,
And then
so,
you can go into
To the
a
beginning
song.
of your song there.
Yeah, just give me a little something.
It's got a nice
I
trot.
like that. I
That's
like
got
that.
a nice trot to it.
All right.
Is that it? Yeah, nice try.
Nice trot.
This has been The Craft, brought to you by the LQ Brewing Company, 6 University Avenue in Selinsgrove. Also brought to you by, this week, Wendy Kaufman, freelance writing and copy services, articles, branded campaigns, web copy. I was drinking water for a while. Come on.
No, you're good. You're good.
Direct mail, recipe development, blog posts, and content development. 10 years marketing experience. Contact Wendy at wendykate99@gmail.com, and you can look her up on LinkedIn, Wendy Craig Kaufman.
Wear your glasses.
I don't know, Mike.
Seriously, that might be the issue right there.
I love you.
I don't know, Mike.
That's
I wrote it in large print.
he wrote it in Jer print here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jer,
Oh, it's
Jer
big.
point
It's big
type.
enough.
It's big enough.
Well, now they threw the whole show off the rocker.
Big
here.
enough.
All right, Frank.
Phrasing.
Thank you very much for having me.
Sure. Thank you for
Hey,
coming.
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you so
coming.
much.
Thank you.
Very, very much.
You guys are awesome.
Okay, are you going to play that last one?
You want me to?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's-
Yes.
What's this one
What was I
called?
playing? Dreams.
You were playing Dreams.
You gotta keep your dreams alive. You gotta keep your dreams alive. Don't let them slide to that dark side. You gotta keep your dreams alive. Orville and Wilbur had a really big dream. They wanted to build a flying machine. Had no success on the very first try. Sure am glad they kept their dream alive. You gotta keep your dreams alive. You gotta keep your dreams alive. Don't let them slide to that dark side. You got to keep your dreams alive. Lance Mackey had an awesome dream. Run 2 races with the same dog team. Ran the Yukon and I did a wrong. Won both races, hands down. You got to keep your dreams alive. You got to keep your dreams alive. Don't let them slide to that dark side. You got to keep your dreams alive. Yes, I served in Vietnam. Had a dream to come back safe and sound, with my best girl by my side. Sure am glad kept the dream alive. You got to keep your dreams alive. You got to keep your dreams alive. Don't let them slide to that dark side. You got to keep your dreams alive.
Yeah, Freddie Yoder.
Thank you.
All right.
How many times have you heard Johnny say, if I had his money, I'd be doing things my way? You turn to crime, but crime don't pay, but cigarettes and false regrets day after day. I've been running on booze, farm, and cocaine. Just a little more time and it'll be right in up into my brain. Yeah. Bosco is lying. In time they say everything will fall together in its corresponding place. But who has time for all these ruses and games? Every day you're getting older till you pass away. I've been running on fumes day after day. Just a little more time and I'll be riding on the gravy train. Yeah. There's a destination I wanna go, where things make sense and the common man knows how to make up his mind and get up, move forward in time, throws his hands up and says, here's my sign. You're working hard, but next to nothing. There's a bunch of new wrinkles, lines on top of your face when you end your time. Regret anything, each day is very precious, no matter do your thing. I've been running on fumes day after day. Just a little more time.
Basically, I'm 46 freaking years old, and my mom just told me I can't play roller.
Shall we take a break? I'm looking at my producer right now.
A hard in.
Hard in.
Hard in.
Welcome back
The
to
way
the-
your wife likes it.
So where are we at? Is it break time? Yeah, I have to pee too.
That's
Freak yourself.
hello, that kind of me.
You did not.